So first things first, we gotta say thank God, the Creator. But we gotta celebrate the Most High. Thank you for this day. Thank you for these words I'm about to speak. And yes, I'm non-denominational, but I do follow Christian beliefs. Salute to you. Salute to this first episode of the podcast. Endurance Digital Media presents episode 1, and we're going to label this one Fear Factor. Because it's a factor when you have fear. What is fear, first off? What is fear? Before we talk about it, let's figure out what is fear. One thing we cannot deny about fear is that it's something that we're thinking. It's a possibility. Things you fear a lot of the time, it's not reality. False evidence appearing real. A lot of the times the things that we fear are not to be feared. You know, it's a difference when you know you did wrong as a child and you're fearing that butt whooping. It's a good chance you might get that. But to fear the unknown, you know, we fear what we don't understand. So think about that though. Do not fear. You got to face your fears, especially if it's a fear that's in the way of your positive progress, because we gotta move forward. You know, I move with the 3 P's. We're going to always stay positive, productive, and persistent. That doesn't mean when things go terribly wrong that, Al doesn't get, discouraged or down. I get up. You know, I'm the glass half full type guy, man, because I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I've overcame a lot of adversity. I've witnessed people overcome adversity, and I'm witnessing people right now in my life and just around me fight through things that are adversities. They're trials, they're tribulation. You know, I think back as a youngster, as a younger man, shall I say, you know, as a teenager, we fear not fitting in, whether we know it or not, knew it or not. If you look back at it, some of the decisions that you made as a teenager were made because you feared not fitting in. Now that's kind of deep, because as a grown man, I sit here and think about, I fear fitting in, because if I'm fitting in with this world and the way things are moving right now, I haven't matured. And you have to mature. Some people fear maturing, which is why you see guys that's, you know, in their 40s and 30s, and they're still doing things that we were doing in our late teens and 20s. They fear maturity. They fear the responsibility of being mature and being what the definition of a man is. Not just a male, a man. You know, fear will make you walk out on your children. Fear, frustration. That's why we have a lot of fatherless children. Not saying that it was all the father's fault, but all I'm saying is this. I can say this. I fight tooth and nail before I walk away from my children, before I miss the moments that I know as a child that I had to miss because my father was not there. So I would never put that on. I would never put that in my child's brain, because it's irreversible. As I stand right now, a full grown man, I still think of what could have been, what would have been, you know, and I'm to a point. I just can't miss what I never had, you know. But fear, man, fear is the topic. Yeah, we're not of fear, man. To be of fear is not to be of God. So we'll come back full circle and start this over. We'll come back full circle to God, because that's what everything comes back to. You know, it's the beginning and the end. We got to be real about that, because I've been in situations to where I know that even the things I'm doing now, it's not possible without God, guys. I would not be able to do the things that I'm doing. I sit back and look at the time that I actually have for me and my dreams and goals, and I don't have a lot of it, but I faced fears long ago And now I'm able to sit here and have, traction because I faced the fears of not having years ago. I stayed down. I stayed focused. And I gave my life totally to Christ as a grown man. I was baptized again, as a grown man when I knew what I was doing in 2008. Not that I didn't grow up in the church and all of that stuff, but I traveled. I went left when I should have stayed right as a youngster. So I had to come full circle, and it came right back to God as a grown man when I was at my lowest. What some would call their lowest. But for me, it was a rebirth. It was a rebirth. It was a renewing of my mind. And I faced the fears of being alone, faced the fears of not being cool, faced the fears of doing me. Because some people will have a fear of doing them. So you try to do what everybody else is doing, or you do what others are doing. Always have a reason for your rebellion. Have a reason for your radicalism. Because I'm a radical. I'm a radical, man. The odds I've seen, I'm against all odds. I'm a radical. And I know people see me with my small business right now. I'm a radical. I do things the way I'm going to do it if the math is mathing right. So, and this first episode was called Fear Factor. And I know I was all over the place, but this is my first episode. You know me. We're going to stay consistent. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, man. So, salute, clap it up for the first episode, of Endurance Digital Presents. It's going to be a lot of great things coming from Endurance Digital Media, God. EDM. I'm an affiliate marketer. I am. And once again, we come back to the Most High. I am. Salute to you. Keep it positive, productive, and stay persistent at anything positive. And remember, progress beats perfection, guys. Love y'all. Stay up. Appreciate you tuning in.